Christine's Corner. Stay and watch the show. You'll feed your heart and soul. Meeting people in the know. Christine's Corner. Christine's Corner. Christine's Corner.
Hi, welcome back to Christine's Corner. Glad you could make it. We have Peter Peluso. If you've been watching my show, you know him. He has this great big accordion. How long you been playing? I know we've been telling them, but who knows who didn't know?
I started when I was 7, and all right, I'm 76 now, so that do the math.
I wasn't going to do that. You always bring us great music when you come. So is there a theme today?
This time there's a theme. It's Spanish music, believe it or not.
Spanish.
But a little different than it's not what we hear today as Spanish. Today's Spanish music mostly comes from Mexico, Central America, and South America. The music that I grew up with learning, and that was arranged for the accordion, actually was with Cuban influence.
Oh.
So we were friends with Cuba at that time, and then Castro took over, and that was the end of that.
That's what I remember.
Exactly, exactly. So, and it comes to it's Spanish music that was popular at that time, and all of these arrangements are by the accordionist Charlie Magnotti. I remember we did a show of his a long time ago.
I remember.
You know, and so it was very popular, especially amongst accordionists. A lot of these numbers, you know. If you've played accordion, you probably played some of these, especially the couple of the ones that I'm going to play towards the end.
Oh,
okay.
I can't wait. Is that the one they dance really fast?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, okay. This first one is España Cani, which just simply means Spanish cafe. And
Wow, fantastic! Isn't that great? I can see a Spanish dancer, and I can see Zorro.
This next one probably was one of the most famous tangos going at the time. It's called La Comparsita, and this is the one where you use people dancing across the room. That type of dance. Yeah. So, La Comparsita.
Wow. All it's missing was the rose in the mouth.
Yeah, that's it. That's it exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one, I've heard this. I remember it's called a gay ranchero. It was. I heard it. I remember hearing it in the movies. You know, in one of these old movies, black and whites.
I could think it's Lone Ranger or
Yeah,
something.
it's sort of like. But anyway, the gay ranchero.
Wow. I understand the gay. You can. It's very lively.
Yeah, it's
and
very lively,
moving.
happy. You know,
Yeah.
exactly. These next several numbers are actually done by a Cuban composer who was well known in the 40s and 50s, Ernesto Lecuona, and this is his Andalusia.
I'm so glad
I
you
hope
can
I'm
do
pronouncing that.
Spanish. I was just going to say.
It's Mary's here.
Wow.
Okay. Anyway, it's from his Andalusia suite.
Yeah. I remember this is telling a story. It seems.
Yeah, it's these all these, and they're sort of, you can see they're very emotional.
Yeah, it started all nice and then
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Back down again.
This is also composed by Lucona. It's called La Comparsa. It's part of a Cuban African festival processional.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
got
didn't
all
know
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's good. They all got together. That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
So La Comparsa. beautiful little piece. Yeah.
I love that piece. So
Isn't it
yeah,
just-
it's very relaxing.
Very sweet,
Yeah,
you know, very
yeah.
sweet. Total different. This same composer. This is called Gitanieros, also from the same suite, the same set of pieces.
Okay.
And, I believe it means gypsies.
Gypsies?
Okay. So anyway.
Wow.
Great.
Good, bravo.
This one, I'm going to skip ahead here. This one also by Lacona, probably his most famous, and as accordion players growing up in the 50s and the 60s, this is one of the ones you had to learn. And you had to play this, okay? It's called Malagueña. Okay, you might recognize it. It was
Sounds
overdone.
like the Lion King. When you say Lamborghini.
Almost it doesn't, but it's not, it's also from the same set of pieces.
Why did you have to have that one?
Huh?
Why? What's the reason?
I don't know.
why?
It caught on, and it just every time once I learned it, the family always wanted to hear it,
Oh,
and
that
people
was
and when we
most
played out, they
requested.
this is what they wanted to play. Play Malagueña. Actually, they pronounce it Malagueña, but I don't think that's the Americanization. So, but anyway, okay, Malagueña, I guess would be the pronounce. But anyway.
Wow. That must have been hard to learn. I could see why they requested that.
Yeah, it was
magnificent.
that was one of the big numbers that accordionists did back then.
Yeah.
And
Wow. I love
almost to the point where you're not supposed to play it anymore.
Oh, right.
So,
I know.
anyway.
Okay. I got you. So, do you teach others to play the accordion?
Yes, I actually, believe it or not, I have a number of adults.
Adults? Oh, good.
They're retired and they all want to. They've always wanted to learn,
yeah.
and so now they picked up an instrument and
Wow.
or they played when they were kids and now they want to kind of get back into it. And
I used to play the piano, and
Yeah.
then I always wanted to know more, and the guitar and the harmonica.
yeah,
But
but it's like
that one, wow.
Yeah, I stopped playing for for about
overwhelming.
10, 15 years. I didn't play, and then also got
Wow.
back into it.
And you came
Yeah.
right back to you.
Yeah.
Wow,
So,
that's good. It looks hard because there's so many buttons all
Well,
over.
no instrument is easy. There's no such thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, that's great. So you've always taught?
yeah, well, I just started teaching accordion maybe about 5 years ago.
Oh, 5.
And then COVID hit. And so that stopped it for a
I
while, but
forget
now
that,
they're all coming back, and then a few others. And I think there's an interest. In fact, this afternoon I have an after school program at one of the elementary schools,
Oh.
and I have 10 kids that are
You never hear
10 third graders. It's just started this year.
Yeah, you
10
just
third
don't hear
graders.
about that.
Yeah.
Accordion playing.
But
that's great.
Yeah, the kids like it.
Fantastic.
They enjoy it. It sounds
that's good they like
it sounds raucous, but it's
Yeah, keep it going, right?
right. Well, that's the whole idea. Is
Yeah.
hopefully that at least they'll be appraised of it. So
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming. I can't wait to come back again.
yeah.
Please vote for the public television to stay. Some people don't want it to stay. Please sign up and petition because you can't get great music like this. And all the people I've had on my shows and all the people who do
Yeah.
shows here, and you're fantastic, isn't it great?
Okay.
All right, thank you, Pete.
Thank you, Meg. Thanks for having me, Chris. As always.
Absolutely. Thank
Okay.
you. I love you. I'll see you again soon.